Yeah, bitch, I've been the man since '89. Came up out my mama with goals, I had to grind. That was mind over matter, pay niggas no never mind. Back on my bullshit, Michael Jordan in 45. I got what you need, just get in line. One time got caught slipping, got caught up by one time. Had my face all in the paper, brought tears to my mama eyes. We was on the block, boy, no JB, we looked alive. Shoot the dice on the F, I lost it, then made it back. Bet it up, double that. Head crack, get the cash, get the ass. Steve Nash with the pass, got the drive, no crash, only do beef with the...
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Uncle Sam's Reject here, back with our Seton Hall Pirates Road to the College World Series. And of course you can see me on the screen, but somehow my audio got deleted from this file, so I have to, give you guys post commentary. But we were supposed to have some gameplay in this episode, man, but that didn't work out. You see, we had simmed and jumped into the first game. We won 4-2, then 14-3. We couldn't jump in because we were blowing them out already. Then we played the 5-0 game in full, and that was a dope game, man. We hit our first home run of the series, but it doesn't count because you guys won't be able to see it. But we did end the series, the season on a high note, sweeping our opponent. But with that, unfortunately, we were unable to make the conference tournament. We were literally one game out of it. Villanova finishes one game over us. We have a better record than them overall, better win percentage and everything like that. But when it comes to head-to-head in the conference record, we just did not have enough to be able to get into the tournament. We're even 7-3 in our last 10 games. Finished pretty hot, but man, it was just a little bit too late, and it's a little bit heartbreaking. So now we're going to go over the final stats of the season. You see here, Zelly Cummins leads us in average at 360. He has 4 home runs, 32 ribbies, 31 runs scored, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 90 total bases. He struck out 25 times, was walked 20 times. As a 2-hole hitter, man, you can't really ask for much more, than that. And him and Isaac Johnson are actually our top 2 guys that are leading us in average. Zelly Cummins being a 2-hole hitter, Isaac Johnson being this season's leadoff. 348 average, with 62 hits, 5 home runs, 19 ribbies, 36 runs scored, 11 doubles as well, but he had 3 triples, 94 total bases. He struck out 24 times, and both of those guys slugged over 510. I mean, on base percentage over 400. Great OPS over 920. It doesn't really get much better than that when it's your first 2 guys in the lineup. Looking for them to get on base there. Then we got Joseph Peel. He doesn't really count. Didn't play that much. Kyle Foster, everybody else was pretty much under 300. He was 291, 9 home runs, 32 ribbies, 25 runs, 12 doubles, no triples, 85 total bases. Definitely expected more out of him this year. KB Seckle, who really got hot towards the end of the season, 287, 2 home runs, 16 ribbies. John Roy, 283, 19 ribbies, 4 home runs. John Kubanek, 1 home run, 8 ribbies. But our cleanup man, Rick Wright, man, 256, horrible year. 4 home runs, 21 ribbies. Definitely need more RBIs out of your cleanup guy. 13 runs scored, 7 doubles. Only 27 total. 63 total bases. He struck out 27 times, walked 13 times. Didn't really put the fear of God in pitchers like I feel like he should have as a cleanup man. Going over the leaders here in doubles, Kyle Foster and Jacob Fontma led us in doubles with 12. Seckle, Roy, Johnson, and Cummings had 11. And then Isaac Johnson led us in triples, with 3. And then home run leaders, for us was Kyle Foster, followed by Isaac Johnson. Our leadoff man was second on the team on home runs. Rick Wright, John Roy, and Zelly Cummins all had 4. So, we definitely got some things I feel like we can build on next season, and we're definitely looking up. Going over to the pitchers here, our best ERA was 2.08, but that's only 21 in 2/3 inning pitch. Matt Skinner, 3.11. Whit Chappell, who was actually our best pitcher, who had the most wins as a starter, his ERA was sky high, but he honestly didn't even pitch that bad, man. He had 1 shutout. He had 15 games started. He gave up 39 of his runs he given up were earned. 37 of his 39 runs given up were earned. But, he had 40 strikeouts and 26 walks, so he didn't give, a lot of free passes on base. But I just feel like, these dudes, they're young and they weren't really ready for this season, just seeing what we were going to get at. But you see here, one of our top relievers out of the bullpen, Daniel, man, his ERA was almost at 5. Like, Everybody besides Mac, who barely pitched, ERA was sky high. You know, 3 and above. Mac was the only person who had an ERA below 3. But I feel like, you know, it's a little bit of a cheat code. He didn't have to get on the mound as much as some of those other guys. But it could also just be him proving his worth. Now going over to the leaders on the year. We didn't have anybody that was, you know, leading the nation in batting average or anything like that. Highest guy batting average was Zelly Cummins at 360. Everybody here is pretty much in the 400s. You know, we do have Zelly Cummins and Isaac Johnson on the top 30 list for the conference batting average, though. Zelly Cummins 15, Isaac Johnson is down there at 22. So, you know, hopefully those two can build on that next season. As far as home runs, Kyle Foster is in 6th place with 9. Moving over to RBIs, Kyle Foster and Zelly Cummins are at 8 and 9. You know, basically tied, you know, with those 32 ribbies. We don't have anybody up there for doubles. Our highest double getter was 12. And you see here, everybody on the list here, and the minimum had 13. And Isaac Johnson is actually 11th, you know, in the conference with those 3 triples. Coming over here to Big East, to the all Big East team, we didn't have anybody on the first team or the second team, but we were able to get Whit Chappell down on the 3rd team. He was 5-7 as a pitcher, but maybe his strikeouts are what got him over the edge to put him there. This season's College World Series champions are the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Excuse me if I sound a little, you know, stuffed up. I got a little bit of a sinus congestion. But you see here the player of the playoffs was C. Scott, 517 average, 4 home runs, 13 ribbies, 9 runs, a stolen base on 15 hits, 576 on base percentage, and a 1,000 slugging percentage. And see here we're going over our outgoing players. Matthew Hennessy is deciding to transfer from us. Didn't really see that coming. And then you got our boy Marvin Skinner. I called him Matt Skinner earlier. Marvin Skinner is going to be graduating. He was the lone senior on the squad. I had some pretty big plans for Matt Hennessy though, man. So moving on to player progression. John Roy goes up. He gets +10 to contact on both sides of the plate, +9 and +7 to power. Lost a little bit of speed. Anthony Clevenger goes up, but you know, if we bring in this this top catcher, which we plan on doing, I don't see him ever getting playing time. Colin Daniel goes down. Derek Kutzer gets better. Zelly Cummins goes down, but it's not really anything too drastic. Just goes down against lefties, which is crazy at right-hand batter. Rick Wright somehow gets better though. +16 contact to the lefties, +7 power, +5 on the righties. And Ethan Stuck goes up, but don't see him getting in the game. Joseph Peel, Whit Chappell gets better going into a senior year. That's huge. Isaac Johnson digresses a little bit. -18 contact against righties, -6 power. A little bit insane, man. He still got that speed, and he still does well against lefties. Kyle Foster goes down, -11 contact against lefties. Really struggled this year against those. You know, coming into his junior year, hopefully we can improve there a little bit better. We need bigger things out of him. Ozzie Zuniga gets better, +14 speed. Alex Hunter +13 power. Mac gets better. Fatma goes down, nothing too serious. KB Secco gets better, +20 power to the right versus righties. -7 power against lefties, but hopefully he can really drive the ball. Jonathan Johnson gets a little bit worse, but I don't really see where he really regressed like that. And then Miller gets better, Kubinek gets worse. Now moving on to incoming players, we were able to get relief pitcher Matt Trammell and the top prospect in the nation, top Moeller catcher, 83 overall. You already know he's definitely going to be coming to the squad. He's going to be starting day 1. You know, we went really hard to get him this year. For Matt Trammell, he just wants 60% of a scholarship, and he wants to be guaranteed a second-year starter. You know, we can give him that. And then for Tom Moeller, he wants to be, you know, he wants a full scholarly. He wants to be a first-year starter. We're going to give you that. And then Tim Keaton is actually a pretty decent walk-on pitcher that we can utilize here. We don't have to make him any promises, and we're going to bring him over to the squad. That's pretty much here. And then here, we're trying to upgrade our staff. This is basically if you hit enough of your goals to improve your coaches. We didn't get enough hitting goals or pitching goals, so we can't upgrade our pitcher there. I mean, upgrade our pitching and hitting coaches. Neither are fielding coaches, but we did do well enough to get a better trainer, which has to do a lot with our speed and durability on the field. We're going to go ahead and improve from a 44 overall trainer to a 54 overall trainer, and we're going to move on from there. Here's our roster status. Now, this is where I need you guys. You already know. We're going to be replacing these 3 incoming freshmen, you know. So what I'm going to need from you is your first name, your last name, your desired jersey number, and your skin complexion being dark, medium, or light. You know, dark is being like dark skin like me, medium is being, you know, a lighter skinned black person or like a Hispanic person or maybe even a tan white person, and then light, of course, is going to be a white person. And then we're going to go ahead and get you guys in there like that. Same old, same old. Remember, this series is basically all about you guys. So Todd Moeller needs to be replaced. And then we're going to need our boy Tim Keaton to be replaced. And then we're going to need Matt Trammell to be replaced. Remember, leave your comments down. Leave your comments down below, and I will randomly select 3 of you guys to replace these incoming freshmen. And then we will welcome you to the squad in the next video. And then we're going to get this thing cracking. Looking forward to it, man. Like, I'm having fun with this series. You guys are loving watching this series. It doesn't get any better than that. I love incorporating you guys. Here's our starting lineup against righties. We got Roy Cummins, Wright, Foster, Moeller, Seckel, Fatma, Kubanek. And then we got Isaac Johnson as our second leadoff. You know, batting in 9-hole, he struggles against righties. Then against lefties, he's leading off with Roy, Cummins, Wright, Foster, Moeller, Seckel's after him. And then we got Fatma, and Peel is going to be our ninth hitter there. And then the lineup is pretty set, in my opinion. Peel, I'm not sure if he's going to play. I might replace him with Kubanek, and then moving over to our pitching rotation, which happens still the ace. Derek Kuster is the second pitcher, and then our freshman Matt Trammell is actually going to become our third starter. So he's immediately, you know, going to come out here. I mean, not Matt Trammell. Tim Keaton is going to become our third starter, you know, here in his freshman year. Hopefully, we can expect big things out of him for the next 3 to 4 years, and he can give us, you know, a good quality innings out here. And these are our targeted players. Tyler Wilcutt is the priority. Then we got Josh Ladd, Rhett Holder, Eric, can't pronounce that, and then Joe Belmont. Those are the recruits we're going after. And that's pretty much going to do it for this offseason as we prepare for season number 2. We're projected to finish 7th in the conference. We're coming into this season ranked 119th nationally. Hopefully, you know, even though we're not that great on paper, we can come out here and surprise a few folks and get some W's and make some noise and at least make the Big East Conference tournament. Because if you make the conference tournament and win that and get to, you know, a regional, anything can happen, man. And you guys can, and we can make a deep run. But like I said, you know, this is a rebuild, and we're looking forward, you know, for the long haul in this series, getting the job done and getting these boys to the College World Series. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, stop and smash that like button. Hit me up in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new. It's your boy Uncle Sam's Reject, arcadegames.com. I'm out of here. Peace.